Music was still playing, but the slide was done. That's too funny. All right, so okay, it looks like video is good. And then can I hear JW?
I hope so. No.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
really.
there it
No.
goes. No, it's just that wonderful delay that we always get. All right.
Okay.
Well, yeah. So hey there, hi there, ho there, everybody. Mindful Pig and JW here today. You probably see something a little different. We're doing the face cam one. This was a suggestion from JW's wife, and a few people actually have been saying that they would, like to see us do a face cam one. So here you go. So today's topic,
Surprise.
yeah, surprise. um, there's a lot of like random topics we had. And obviously I want to go through the weekly recap. But the first exciting thing, because I feel like it's going to be the thing that's trending for the next couple of days, is Concord. So JW, you did kind of call it. But I thought
It's
that,
already dead.
yeah, I thought that'd be kind of like a funny one just to kind of hop into, because I mean, 14 days is insane. Like that's so bad.
Yeah, no. That is way shorter than I would have thought. Like I said, a couple of months, I think, last time, and thinking it would be like around 2-3 months, because I think Lawbreakers was around. I don't remember if it was 3 months or 6 months, something like that, before
See, that's not
it
bad.
got shut down when it released. And so I thought it would be something similar but shorter. And turns out it was.
Yeah.
So no, it's dead.
I mean, especially like I said, 8 years of development. I don't know why I missed that part, I guess, of it. I didn't think it was actually 8 years it took to make that game. I'm surprised it took that long to make that game, but wow.
Oh yeah, 8 years, and I think $250 million it cost to make. That's an insane flop.
Yeah, I know people are like, don't worry, Redfall, it's not so bad now.
But well, it's too bad because Redfall was by all counts a way worse game,
Yeah.
than Concord.
Oh yeah,
Concord was a
totally.
good game.
Yeah, people weren't into it. Yeah, I don't know. That's really bad. But yeah, I was gonna say, so how was the last couple weeks for you? What have you been up to?
Oh, not much. I've been playing all the same things. So I've been busy, but I've been playing here and there all the same things. So which means Flintlock, Siege of Dawn. Still at this game, I'm around I think 20 to 30 hours into it. I'm close to the end,
Wow.
actually. I think. Which seems short, but like I'm looking at a trophy list, and there doesn't seem to be much left to get.
Wow. Okay.
So there's like 2 locations, and I don't know if there's a second one afterwards, but somehow it feels like I'm close to the end.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
We'll see. We'll see. But if it is the end, I have a sneaking suspicion that there were maybe corners that were cut. Parts of the game that were maybe cut. But it remains to be seen. But yeah, no, I've been still enjoying this game a lot. Like I'm wrecking everything on my path now with finding all the special equipments and upgrading my character and all that.
Nice.
And yeah, I would recommend anybody to get it. Really, like in general, the whole game is very fun. It's just as of now the bosses that are weak.
That's good to hear. I'm glad that it's still worth it for like the price value. I mean, 20, 30 hours still isn't bad.
Yeah, no,
for a game.
definitely.
Like we've said it before, right? Like it's still a decent runtime for a game, as long as it's giving you what you want, right? Like the story is gonna feel complete, or at least the gameplay was enjoyable throughout it. So yeah.
I would say is required for it to worth it.
100%.
Like I know there are some, story-driven 2-3 hours games, but like they're not worth, let's say, full price. Maybe just a lower price.
Yeah.
And Flintlock is lower priced, right? It's a AA game, so it's what, 50 Canadian dollars, probably,
that's not
something
bad.
like that.
Yeah, that's
maybe
not bad
40. So it's pretty good.
And
So
then,
that I'm still playing Withering Waves.
nice.
I still haven't stopped. Like I'm waiting for more updates to come in, which is starting tomorrow. There's like a new character banner, which means a new way to gamble for new characters,
Oh, okay.
and uh, I heard that you can get one of the 5-star top characters for free if you did certain things during the events,
Wow.
which I did, so I should get it. I think.
Okay, that was the
Can't
one.
wait for that.
That was the one you were talking about last time, right? That you think it's going to be like a two-part event.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
continues to update throughout. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
and it's been confirmed for sure.
I said I was
And
excited.
so yeah, now I have a problem though. It's beginning to get grindy now. Upgrading a character,
Oh.
upgrading. You need a boss item where the item can only be acquired through this type of boss, or you need materials. And materials ain't that bad because you can either grind somewhere or synthesize if you have a lower grade that you want to synthesize to a higher grade. So you have a bunch of ways, but what makes it grindy is really the boss items, because it's really through that one boss you can get that one specific item. So now I'm a point. Let's say I want to upgrade a fire one.
Okay.
Um, you have to do the fire boss repeatedly. So let's say you start, I think at 50, it's like three of them to upgrade whatever. The more grades you upgrade that character, the higher that count is. Now I'm at a point where I need like 10 to 12 of these items, so I need to do the boss like 5 and more times. Like
Oh
I need
shoot.
to grind that same boss
Yeah.
constantly to get the good enough items of that item. So it's getting annoying a bit on that front, but otherwise it's still very fun. The gameplay is great. I find they're very generous as well with what they let you do for free. Um, no, it's still cool. Have you progressed
I was
through
gonna
Withering
say,
Waves?
I mean, for those that don't know, I finally jumped on it. Like I was telling JW, I was doing the editing for the podcast, and I got to that part where he was like, "You got to play it already." I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna play it right now." And yeah, like I got a couple more days into it. Nothing like crazy fancy. Like I think maybe 2 hours into it. Like I said, mobile is a totally different beast. But I definitely recommend if that's your only option to try it out. Because he's right, it's a fantastic, beautiful game. I really enjoyed that first little part, as short as that first playthrough was. Going up against, I guess it was supposed to be like the first mini boss or whatever. But going up against him, right, was really exciting, and I like the combat style to it. Even like being on mobile, the controls were still somewhat reasonable. Like everything was in an inch of, or sorry, the centimeter of your thumb moving, right? So like the jump was next to the attack, so it was pretty easy to combo stuff and dodge and all that stuff. So the only thing I really found was an issue that you recommended I change was just the I guess the output of the game. I found my phone got hot pretty quick, and I was like, okay, I better put this down for a little bit, otherwise I'm not going to have a phone anymore. But yeah, like yeah, it was just it's really good. Like it is. There are like elements that are similar to Genshin, obviously, like the art style that it's going for, but the characters I found were really unique and different compared to the ones in Genshin. Not that they were boring or anything
Yeah,
in Genshin, but no, like I did like the character. Like I told you right off the bat, I like the redheaded girl. I thought she had like a really nice like personality to her, really bubbly, energetic. I like my character too. It's that classic, doesn't say very much, right? Just a few lines here and there. Um, yeah, it's been pretty cool. I got to see that mechanic now in action that you were talking about, how you absorb their echoes or whatever they refer to it as. So that was really cool. I liked adding that part into my combos. I think right now I just got like the basic one, like the rock dude or whatever. But still, it made it fun. It made the
right.
combat different. So I'm excited to see. As I add more on, like you were saying, like how that changes up the style, and as I get more characters too, right? Like how is that going to affect the gameplay of it all? Yeah, no, it's good, man.
Oh, for sure. Like you can get bosses even
Yeah,
as echoes.
yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited for that point. Um, yeah, yeah. So I think I just got to the town and I did the little run around that you have to do in there. And now I'm back into the world and I'm going to the next objective. So I'm sure it's still part of the tutorial process. But it's fun. Like I said, I'm liking it. It's worth a download for sure. If that's your only option is to play it on mobile, it's still worth it in the long run.
And if you play on mobile, check your settings to not burn your phone.
Yeah.
Because my sister had the same problem, and I went and checked into the settings, and there's a visual that they show of how much it's demanding for your phone, so you can
Oh.
really mess around with the settings, and it will tell you you're in the green. It's going to be good. You'll last long before it you know burns your hands, I guess.
Yeah. First time I ever had that happen, I was like, oh wow. um, yeah, but no, good shout
but
out. Honestly, it's a
but it's
beautiful game.
still for sure it's much prettier on PC though. I've
Oh yeah,
noticed, even if I maxed out on my phone, it was still much better looking on PC.
oh yeah, no, 100%. Like I said, if your only option is mobile, it's still worth a download for sure. Like I said, it's a really good game, and the way they have the setup on the phone, I hate controls on phones, but I found that one pretty simple to use. I mean, the biggest complaint I always have, at least, is your thumb will eventually move out of bounds right out of the joystick, and you have to readjust your finger. But not the end of the world. First person problems. What was I gonna say?
But yeah, that's cool because I couldn't handle the mobile control, but I didn't grew up as well with gaming on phones, so
Exactly.
I know I'm not used to it, right?
Yeah. Same here, right? Uh, I was from that generation where we got to use our calculators, right, for games for a little bit there.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy. So yeah, what else other than uh, Withery Waves did you get to jump back into? Did you do more Perfect Dark yet? Or are you still keeping that one on the back burner for a bit?
I haven't gone back to it. I should at some point, um, but I haven't. Um,
No worries, I get it.
I did. You know what? I actually did play Deadlock, the Valve game. You know?
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, I got an invite from a friend, and yeah, trying. I've played it like I think 3.5 hours, something like that.
Nice. How is it?
It's pretty good.
Yeah?
I'm liking it. Yeah, it's a good mix. I mean, I have a couple of problems. It still has the same problem as most MOBAs have, where when you start, I find it's boring because it's mostly, your character is weak and you really feel that your character is weak. It's not fun. And then
Oh,
you have to
okay.
like farm mobs, with each lanes, and as you then when it progresses towards mid game, where everybody has their skill unlocked and it's considerably, you have some health and everything. Um, Now it gets much better. It gets really good all the way through the rest of the game. But that's the problem I have with most MOBAs, anyways. Uh, so it might just be a me in that regard.
I getcha.
So there is stamina in Deadlock for doing, let's say, dashes and. Actually, I should explain what type of game it is. It's a MOBA shooter, right?
Okay, yeah.
So it's a third person. You can select the characters that you want. There's four lanes, and you progress through those four lanes. And so yeah. So what I was saying is that it's still a MOBA, but it has like that sort of Overwatch shooter style to it, of having colorful characters and all the shooter elements really. And there's a lot of dashes, jumps. Like there's a lot of verticality to the stages, so you can go on bridges, on top of buildings. It has
Ooh,
that sort of 1930s mobster type of look. It's a
that's
very weird choice,
cool.
but it works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's dope.
And so there's a lot of jumps, jump dashes, sprints, and all uses stamina and melee hits. And so I find the stamina bar slightly uh, too little when you start off.
Okay.
I wish it was slightly bigger, but you can, with items, get this better. And that's my second complaint with this game. Actually, the items are confusing, I would say, as a new player. Like they all basically it's separated with 3 sections: the combat, vitality, and spirit. So green, uh, yellow, green, and purple. And so every items of those sections are that color.
Okay.
So you need to look, and some icons are similar than other icons. So I find it's very confusing and not fun to go through these items while you play the games. And I'm sure they'll change it. This is still something that is in beta that is being worked on. But I don't find the items that fun to play with or build. But
Okay.
as of now, those are my major complaints. Otherwise, it's pretty fun, pretty good.
It's not too bad.
Um, I would definitely recommend trying it for sure.
I was gonna say, oh, I didn't make too much progress. Actually, I was further in Perfect Dark than I thought I was, to be honest, when I looked at that list. Um, but yeah, that those 2 levels last night. The first one wasn't so bad, but yeah, that second one was a real pain in the ass because I didn't realize. I assumed like
With the
after.
cube, yeah.
Yeah, I thought like after I got through that, like it'd be like easy sailing. But unfortunately, no. Like I can't remember what the hell even got me in the end. I think some guy just didn't notice, ended up shooting me. So that's why I got pissed off. I was like, thank God Jimmy's on here. Okay, I'm gonna just fucking take a break from this right now. But like I said to you, I'm gonna probably finish that one. Well, not finish it, but continue progressing through it there on Friday. And then I'll try to squeeze in through a few more. Nights I have for gaming because yeah, I think I can wrap that one up pretty quick. It like when you look at your mission log, right? I'm basing it totally off GoldenEye. How many missions that one had? I'm like, I feel like I'm at the halfway mark now. So hopefully, yeah, I can get that done.
Possible.
Yeah, hopefully I can get that done pretty quick.
Yeah, no, I fucking hate that mission because
Yeah,
all the way through that mission, it's not um, it's not clear what you have to do. Even though if you look at your objectives,
yeah,
because usually with the other missions, you look at the objective and you get a good idea of what you can do
yeah,
or what you need to do. Or even if you don't know, as you progress, you see something that you're like, oh yeah, that must be that objective, and it is, right?
yeah,
And that mission is all the contrary of that. You have 3 objectives. Them make sense on how to complete them. Like I started so many times because I kept blowing up a terminal or getting detected when I shouldn't get detected, or
yeah. That's what it
all of these.
was.
Yeah, because there's a point where you need to
We're a
get
lab
a
coat.
scientist, yeah,
Yeah,
scientist disguise, get in for a couple of seconds and do everything, get out, and you
yeah.
know, stupid mission, that one.
Um, hey Gabby, yeah, face cam this time. But yeah, that's exactly what happened to me. I was doing so good, and then from behind, I heard this one guy go like, "Hey, you're not supposed to be here," and it was like, "Objective failed." I was like, "Fuck off!" Like, are you kidding me? Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't. I don't know why. I just didn't register in my head that that's why I was wearing. Well, I guess I thought because I thought I was wearing a disguise, they wouldn't notice you. But I don't know. I guess there's some kind of detection that they have for it. Um,
Well, you have to go in the inventory, then select the disguise. Then you will have, I think, 20 seconds until that disguise
oh,
is
just
off.
okay. That makes more sense then. Okay. But yeah, like
But
you
yeah, no, I started over so many times to get that mission through.
am I sort
I hate it
am I
so
am I
much.
sort of catching up to you now where you're at, or am I still
Oh
low?
yeah, for sure.
Okay, yes.
You're getting much closer. Yeah.
All right, awesome. Like you brought up a really good point yesterday about that game. Like I know you don't want to go too much into Perfect Dark, but I was curious. We were talking about the objectives there, and you said you kind of like how they don't give you the cookie cutter method, right? In the new Perfect Dark, are you hoping they're going to keep that element somewhat?
They won't, for sure,
But I'm saying
because it's all game design.
true. If it was like a possibility, would you prefer to still have that method?
You mean to have it like per mission and it's like open sandbox levels?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
what you mean?
Yeah, well, like we were saying yesterday, right? Like it's something as simple as attaching the explosives to the computer, right? Like, I mean, obviously, eventually you'd figure that out, right? But there was no like real indicator, like that's where you should go. This is
Oh,
what
you
you
mean
need to do.
if do you want me them to stay cryptic? That's what you
Yes.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, because it's fun discovering. There's a difference between discovering, that part with the explosive. They like didn't tell you to use that explosive. Like maybe if you used a grenade, it still would have worked. I don't know. I didn't never tried it, but it
Oh
was fun to
yeah.
try, right? That kind of cryptic, I'm for. But the cube level cryptic, that's just not well indicated. That's just not good,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, I like a bit of crypticness in games because it makes, especially in sandbox levels, because it really makes you want to explore and look around and find
That's
stuff, right?
true. Yeah. Because after you mentioned the crate going where that X was, I was like, I was trying to think of your mindset. I was like, I wonder how he like figured it out. Then I realized you put the heat vision goggles on, you could see like through the wall. I was like, okay, so there's the
Oh,
bad
I
guy.
didn't even know.
Oh, really? Okay. Because I was like, man, how the hell did you figure
No,
this out?
I kept starting over, and then because I was like, I must be doing something wrong. Maybe it's the door, up the elevator to your right. I thought it was then towards that door because it was an opening or there was a secret door somewhere. Kept looking around, and at some point I was just pissed off, and I hit the cube. It opened up. It was in front of the X, and it opened up the wall. But I was beside it, so I died.
Oh.
So, uh, so that's what I knew, and I was like, "Oh shit, it's there!" So I started over again, and did it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's so I'm excited to wrap that up and talk about it because it is such a unique game. And even like
Yeah.
it's that style, like you said, like being cryptic, that was such uh, a big part of like the N64. That's why I kept saying like I got to get my mindset into that because I remember in Ocarina of Time it was very similar to and like other games, right? But that was one that kind of stuck in my head. I was like, okay, I gotta like think of it that way. Like you said, you're just kind of exploring that level and figuring out what the best route is or best options are.
Well, I find as well they were so ahead of their time for that game. With all the tech they use, they used to create the ambience, the gameplay, they was just so ahead of its time. It's so weird to see.
Yeah.
And if it were on PC, I think it would have been even probably better. Probably
Oh yeah.
akin to Deus Ex and what you could have done, right?
The mods alone. If it was on PC.
Yeah.
um.
You're doing the remastered as well, so you have
Yeah. Oh
quality of
yeah.
life
Yeah. Yeah.
changes. Except these weird flashing lights. That's super weird.
Um. I want to say it's like the intro. I think the intro they kept it still like the N64 because I kind of noticed that a little bit. I was like, hey, those graphics look a little off. And then when the game started, I was like, it wasn't the same as it was in the intro. Um,
That's possible.
yeah, yeah, um, yeah. I was trying to think. Was there anything really? I mean, I did a little more Skyrim. There was nothing really to shout out for that one. We did start the Minecraft event, so I didn't check it just now, but yesterday Cedric let me know he's already at 43 keys out of 52, and I think Z Chick's right behind him with 40 keys. We had a few mishaps.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like, well, you were, I know you're part of that conversation there. We were trying to get the one girl all set up. Apparently, everything worked for her now, so that's awesome. Um, and then poor Spider, I don't know how he.
I'm still blaming Microsoft.
Oh, totally. It's the fact that like she got on there and then it locked her out. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me right now?" Like, this thing is trying
Well, I've
everything.
had I've had similar problems with Sea of Thieves, where I
Oh,
couldn't get in. There were problems between the servers of the Sea of Thieves servers, or whatever it's called. It's a special name, and the um, Microsoft servers, and always were problems with accounts and uh, yeah, the servers. And so when I was seeing this, I was sort of remembering this thing, so I didn't know what to do because I've stopped playing Sea of Thieves.
I know, just dumb, just some dumb crap sometimes. And then like I say,
Yeah.
Spider.
Sorry, you were saying Spider.
Yeah. So he ended up getting stuck in between a fence and a wall. Z took a picture of it. It's so funny because it actually looks like his character's like all sad and depressed in the wall. So I mean, it was cool, right? Because they got to show me. Actually, shout out to her son. He schooled both of us and told us how to do like kill commands on the game and stuff like that. So anyway, we were able to help out Spider. Basically, he respawned back at the entrance, but he still had all of his stuff. So that one's gonna run on for another, I think it's next week, and then after that we're gonna boot up the next part of the challenge. All this is kind of leading up to the final 2 weeks, where Mom and myself had a special idea established that we're going to do for them, and then they'll find out as they get closer to that event time. So this is exciting. The next one,
Interesting.
yeah. I think it's going to be kind of fun
because I don't even know it.
I know it's really hard not to tell anyone, but I was like, no, I got to keep it a surprise. The other one I'm kind of like pondering with is because the way this works out, I think we're gonna end in November. So I got November to December. I still gotta do the award show for you guys. So I probably won't tack on another game. I'll probably start that one come January. But I have to kind of look at what consoles could do. But I'm kind of aiming towards DayZ. I might try that one next. I don't know. But like I said, I am open to suggestions if anyone has any that they want to do. The only other way I think this event would work too, if no one's interested in like the other games that have servers attached to them, is I was like, I could probably make it shooter related as well too, and have like a clan, you know what I mean, and maybe base things off that clan as well, because then people could still play anytime they want to, and their scoreboard would still show right on team leader or your clan leaderboard, whatever you call it. I don't know. Food for thought for you guys if you have any input on things you might want to try out for this. Like I said, the main idea is just so that people can play together, but also play whenever they choose to go on.
If you have any thoughts, come share it on Mindful's Discord.
Exactly. Yeah. What else was there? Oh my God. Okay, I don't think you were there, GW. This was fucking so funny. Like, this is the best mechanic I've ever seen in a game, and I hope I clipped it so I can upload it when I post this one. So we were playing Resident Evil yesterday, right, around raid mode. G's character apparently had an ability where taunts all of a sudden dealt damage. I shit you not. This was the best mechanic in a fucking game I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah. So there's this little like cone thing we're supposed to protect, right? And zombies would come straight towards it. They would ignore you. They just go right for it. Jimmy literally fucking stood there and just did like a booty shake back and forth, and they couldn't hit him. Every time they came close, they would like repel from the damage, and it would deal like 400 or 500 damage and like knock them out instantly. Then he's like, I wonder if it works with all my gestures. And he was like doing like the, like the fucking like thriller dance and stuff, and like everything.
It was only because he's from behind.
Zombies. I was like, this is the greatest thing they ever put.
He can't even hit you.
And it's
a literal anime moment of booty killing zombies.
Because you saw his character, right? I was like, with your character too, I was like, this just works perfectly right now. So yeah, like,
that's true, yeah.
So any taunt he did would automatically deal damage, and it was, I guess, so powerful that even the zombies couldn't attack you. Like the bosses that were supposed to attack you, like, couldn't hit him. Like they would just get repelled back and fucking, 2 hits and they're dead.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
It was so good. I was like, man, more games need to have this. I want taunt damage. That's such a good mechanic.
Next Resident Evil in the single player main game.
Just Chris. Let's go, guys.
Oh, you could add probably a mod to Ashley in Resident Evil 4 to be less annoying and taunt zombies and kill them.
That'd be so good. Ashley, take them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just crying laughing at that. I just couldn't believe it actually worked. It's just a stupid mechanic. Other than that, like I said, the only disappointing part about last week was my Switch died. So there goes a few sealed copy games that we'll play for a bit until the Switch 2 comes out. Because there's really no point getting another Switch at this point. And the second one's going to be hopefully by next year. Yeah,
I agree. And or you could get a Steam Deck and emulate Switch.
Can it actually do Switch games though on the Steam Deck?
I'm sure it's possible, but I don't
Yeah.
know. Don't quote me on it.
No, because I'm always thinking
But,
Nintendo,
like-
right? They lock things down right away.
Oh, for sure, but there's still a bunch of ROMs of every Nintendo console and games. So, I mean, Switch must be demanding since it's more recent and
Yeah.
all that, but I'm sure it's doable. Because deck, I Steam Deck can do and C does, but handheld.
Yeah. So the topics that I had here, just pulled up quickly, so everyone knows. So one I shouted out was, with the knowledge that you guys have nowadays, if you could go back to 2020, right, peak January 1st, right, we were all getting to that pandemic. What changes would you have made in the past 4 years in gaming? Whether it's just one company or you just had multiple ideas. What are some ideas of things that you might want to have changed up that you think would have made either Sony more profitable or maybe a certain game more successful? Anything really, anything at all gaming related that you think would have been a bigger benefit. Hey, Salariel. Yeah, and the other topic we had was about GameStop, and then the last one is the Switch, the most successful console next to the PS2. But yeah, I'm really curious, JW, because you always have some really cool ideas. Hopefully you had a chance to kind of think about it. But yeah, what would you have changed with all the knowledge that you have now in the past 4 years? Because a lot's happened. Like when Jimmy and me dived into this, we're like, holy shit! Like a lot has happened in 4 years, gaming wise. That if they took different routes, it could have literally changed, the entire dynamic of the last 4 years.
Probably have Xbox have better management.
Yeah.
Because they don't know what they're doing, I think.
Yeah.
They have multiple profitable models, the Game Pass consoles, whatever, and they have a bunch of IPs that they don't know what to do. They've had the Halo IP that has been terrible for like 10 to 20 years. I don't know,
Yeah.
like from 4 to whatever number it is now. I'm trying to remember, and maybe it's because I don't have an Xbox, but I cannot think of an Xbox exclusive that was super successful and that everybody is still talking to this day at the equivalent of God of War, let's say, right? Because Sony has a lot of those games. They have Horizon, they have God of War, they have a bunch. Xbox has none of that.
And that's what pisses me off. I hate when people like bring that up for Xbox and then they show it like Forza and like Horizon Motorsport, whatever the hell it is. It's like those don't count. I'm sorry, they don't. I get they're beautiful. I get that it's always exciting when they come out, but to me, like that's not why you bought your Xbox. That's that. Don't tell me that's the reason why you hooked up with it. Maybe a few people, but not majority of people. I don't know.
Because it's still. These are still car games.
Yeah.
Or sport games or whatever. There's no variation if that's what you're referring to as a good Xbox exclusive, right?
Exactly.
Compared to Sony that seems to have a good variation of, like they've had Returnal, which is one of my now all-time favorite games, right?
Yeah.
And which is much different than what a lot of stuff they've done in the past. And a big gamble too, being sort of roguelike, and different management or different plan. I don't know, because it seems to be a bit aimless. They don't seem to have good leaders.
I see when you think about it, right? Like even Game Pass itself has changed so much in 4 years, So, like even on that aspect, like where like, do you think there are things that you would have changed with Game Pass? Like, personally, myself, if you were going to raise the price in 4 years, I probably would have just done that sooner, just to had that discussion. I think, because yeah, in 4 years, I'm pretty sure we had the tier system installed. And then what was just this year, we had the tier system kind of dismantled a bit. They again revised it right for Game Pass, as far as like what do you call it there for console players. PC players, they pretty much remain the same, but for console players, yeah, they changed up their payment plans.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I don't know what to do with Game Pass because it goes like what I believe in terms of profitable,
Totally.
right? I find Game Pass sort of kind of I can't speak today.
No worries.
It's sort of eating itself out, or eating the Xbox brand, really.
Yep.
Of profits. Now people will say, well, that's cool. They don't care about profit. They care about good, product or whatever. But that's not true. In their head, it's a good product to have consistent money, right? Every month, every year, they have a consistent revenue.
Yep.
That's the idea. But they haven't been growing, which is what I sort of predicted, I think, a couple of months, I think, ago or something. I predicted this for a while, that they didn't grow as much as I think so. And
yeah, because you had a good comparison.
So
with with Netflix.
And yeah. So I don't know what that except bring it out. But
okay.
And like, I'd be surprised if they weren't already trying that, since they bought, Activision Blizzard, which has lots of mobile products. And so I don't know what I would do with Game Pass. But in terms of whatever they're trying to do, because they seem to be all over the place, I would have better leadership and a clearer direction of where to go. I think that would help everybody, and the consumer would feel less confused and less left out of the brand, right? Because that's the thing. Sony is a sure thing most of the time, because their direction quite easily, what they're doing, where they're going, why they're doing it, and all that. So I think it's easy for people to get behind Sony because of that.
I agree. Like, I was even talking to Jimmy. He might be able to hop on, by the way. He's trying to take care of his baby right now.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah. Sorry, speaking of which, I finally got to sit down and look at his conversation with you about Space Marines. He's like, you gotta check out the conversation. He's like, I totally got JW triggered. I know it. It's like,
well, I mean, he compared it to something that's not comparable. So yes, I was triggered a bit.
Oh, he's such a little shit starter. He even wanted to come on tonight too.
He basically compared Warhammer 40k to Gears of War, which is not very much an apt comparison. It's like comparing Fast and Furious with
yeah, Dune. You said, right?
I don't know. Oh, I said Dune because it's a fantasy sci-fi, but it's not a good analogy. But still, the point being, they're very different.
I know he wanted to come on tonight because he wanted to continue his conversation or debate with you over Resident Evil.
About that?
Yeah, about Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3. He's like, I have a few more. Like, I know you couldn't hear him, right? But he was like literally going off on all of his points on why it's like, no, it's still a good game because of all this stuff. I was like, dude,
well,
I wish.
It was all I was hearing was like a. So I knew he was saying stuff, but I didn't know what.
I know. I have to figure that out. I don't know what the hell happened. He's the only one on the PlayStation app that doesn't come through whenever we do a stream. So I have to take a look at our settings, and we'll figure it out one day.
That's his setting then, not yours.
That's what I thought too. But he I don't know. He says he looked at everything and it's fine on his end. So it's weird because it used to be before when Jimmy was on and have to turn his volume to max because no one could hear him. And now it's like it just cut out completely. But yeah, anyway, that's why he was excited to come on tonight. He's like, I want to have some debates.
Sure, I'm open.
But the thing I was referring to was, sorry, we were talking about PlayStation, and I was like, can you imagine like what a game changer it would have been? Like, I honestly believe this would have changed like everything at that time if PlayStation had stockpiled those parts that they needed for the PS5, and the PS5 would have launched, without any delays. No, what do you call them, scalpers or stuff like that, like, advertising them online. Like, if everyone actually got the PS5 when they wanted it, like the complete change of the next 4 years, right? Like Xbox, I'm pretty sure would have been demised. Like the only
Oh, I'm
reason.
sure as well. Like, I think it even would have sold way more, right?
Oh
Like,
God,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure it would have beaten records, I think.
Yeah, well,
Like, despite the prices.
yeah, because like at that time, right? You gotta think the only reason like a lot of Xboxes were selling were literally because people couldn't get their hands on a PlayStation 5, right? So,
Yes.
and it's not like, I'm not talking like the gamers that actually want. I'm talking like the moms and dads, right? That were just trying to get their kid a console. Obviously they're gonna take whatever available, right? So yeah. Like I don't know.
But yeah, can you imagine? Can you imagine the kid asking for a PlayStation 5 so he can play like the next God of War, and he gets an Xbox and he can't play God of War?
I had like that was my mom. Like she would never get it. She's like, well, why can't you just play it on there? It's like because it doesn't work that way. Well, they're both discs.
I know my parents would have been the same, and then my dad would be like, "Oh, I'm sure it's a conspiracy. Like they're doing on purpose. Like, why would they do it on purpose? They would lose more money. Like, it should work on everything."
Yeah. I know. It's like when Blu-rays came out, my mom was like, well, why can't, you just put it in your DVD player? It's like, because it doesn't work that way. I'm sorry. Well, it should. I already paid for this.
Not the same architecture. It's not the same technology.
The other one, Jimmy was kind of laughing for this one, but like my philosophy is like, when something's going big, like shove the merch out. So one of the things that I shouted was Animal Crossing. Knowing now what we know, right? I think at that time they should have really doubled down and attached Animal Crossing as a bundle pack with a Switch, because there was a lot of Switches selling at that point too, because people wanted to play that game. And the part that he was like making fun of me for, like, not, well, just tease me, whatever, was more of like selling like merchandise too. I think they should have like really pushed out like stuffies or toys or whatever they were able to sell during COVID. Hell, even going as far as making like a cartoon show, like anything. Like that game was on fire. That would have been the best time to just go all out, even, or if you couldn't do any of that,
for sure.
do like DLC, do something, right? Like they should have just kept that train going, because there was a good year of success with Animal Crossing. There was enough time in there to like make a good.
For sure. And I would even go just Animal Crossing. Any game during that time should have done that.
Yeah,
because that's what people were craving at the time without anybody knowing, right?
of course, yeah.
Because it was a surprise for everyone.
Yeah. Salariel, sorry, was just saying that she's happy that her parents actually understood all that stuff and didn't have to worry about those issues as a kid. But yeah. What was there we were talking? I was even, we were trying to like bounce the ball back and forth and talk about Elden Ring, and I told him, I was like, I think that one, like if I could go back in time, I really don't think there's too much more you could have done to make that game any more successful than what it was. No. Again, that's what I told him. I was saying, like, I feel like the only other thing you could have done is maybe again take the other elements available to you, like McFarlane Toys. I always shout at them because they do a fantastic job, recreating figures from different universes, not just spawns. So I think if they would have joined together with him, they probably could have had some really cool collectibles get launched. If they did that already, I'm not entirely sure, but I didn't see it advertised. That's what I'm saying. So maybe a little more advertisement that way. So, oh, sorry, Sleepy, I saw you hopped in.
Hello.
Hey.
Hear me okay?
Oh yeah, you're coming through fine.
Okay.
How are you doing?
Cool. Okay. I'm good. I'm living life. I'm writing out the live brave right now. I'm good. You're chilling.
Nice.
Actually, I'm very surprised we get to see the Mindful Pig. Oh my god. Hi, hello. Hi, JW.
Hi.
A little
Oh.
tidbit. Mindful keeps blinking this eye here so it doesn't go drifting off into space right now. So if you're wondering why I'm blinking a lot, this is why.
So it's all good. But yeah, I'm good. I got off work about 5 minutes early and heading home. Yeah, I'm enjoying life right now. I'm good. Not just streaming and work. That's all.
Well, I don't know if you
That's all right now.
I don't know if you saw or not, but during the last podcast when we were editing it, I put in the little part about how you passed your test there, and now you're an official barber.
Yeah, I passed my test, but
Yeah.
last Thursday. So yay!
Yeah.
So I'm just right now. I'm just working and streaming now. I guess I might go back to college in the spring. Who knows? Sleepy might be a college student once again.
What else would you want to take? Sleepy?
Yeah.
Oh, I said, what else would you want to take in college?
I wanna get my psychology degree and hopefully what should I call it? Get my psychology license in the future.
Oh, that's sick. Nice.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But again, for now, I'm just riding out the waves of life right now. I'm just enjoying this ride right now.
Hell yeah. You busted your ass. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm super happy. Before I messaged, before I typed in the server that I passed, I said I get out of my car just crazy. I was a hot mess. I was a hot mess. I kid you not. So that was definitely fun.
So,
So I'm super happy.
oh, I'm happy for you too. That's great. I was gonna ask you, Sleepy. I know it's a long history of time to think about, but we were just talking about, knowing what we know for the past 4 years. Is there anything in gaming that if you had the power, to change or be a part of, would you do? What would you do? Like what would you change? So for example, we were talking about Animal Crossing, how to make that game more popular than what it was, right? The flaws of Xbox over the past 4 years. The effect if the PlayStation 5 actually would have outsold the Xbox, how that would have rippled down over the past 4 years and changed things. Is there anything that maybe you play that you think would have, if they would have changed certain things, they would have been more successful at?
No,
Probably.
they
Maybe Valorant. Yeah, like as an example, right? Maybe there's something in Valorant you thought that they should have done sooner, and it might have changed the last 4 years of how successful that game was.
So it was talking about Valorant. I would say the community itself, but the community itself.
Fair enough.
So yeah, it's just like when Valorant came out, it was a brand new game. During quarantine, it gave something like it gave people something to do over quarantine. But it's just I feel like now I feel like they're working on it. But I feel like there should be more harsh empathy when it comes to like com abuse and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. Like I haven't been playing much of Valorant recently. I've been more on that Wuthering Waves right now. I've been grinding Wuthering Waves at the moment.
What? Oh, shocker.
No, I am level like 60 right now. I've been playing that game for like a week. Like I'm grinding that. But I don't know.
CJW, you inspired us.
I would change.
I guess.
Yeah, like I've been wanting to play Wuthering Waves for a minute now, but I finally got the chance to sit down and play it, and I'm just like, dude, this is so much fun. I love it.
Yeah, no, it's a good
Yeah.
game.
No,
What about?
I'm telling you, like, I personally like it much better than Genshin. Like, I never got into
Oh, yeah.
Genshin, but that game, like, it's still hooks me. Like, even though there's not much left to do until the next update.
Yeah, I feel like with Wuthering Waves, even if you when there's a certain level where you proceed with the story, instead of like, oh, I have to wait for the next day to like do my dailies, there's so much stuff you can do and level up to get to the next storyline. Like, I feel like it's not boring. I feel like there's so much you to do. Like, the game is never like, oh, I have to wait, you know? Or like, oh, what can I do? Like, what do I have to do next? I feel like you're not tired of it. They give you something to do every time. But that's
Yeah,
just
there's a lot to do. Yeah, there's a lot to do. As much, it's true. There's always something. It's either something in the open world if you just want to walk around, or there are events at certain places to do certain things. There's the main story. There's the side quest. Like there's a bit of everything. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah,
And the story is super engaging as well, I find.
It is. It's so interesting, especially like, you're slowly trying to regain back your memory after you fall from the ocean and the sky to land. I feel like right now it's such an overall beautiful ass game right now.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So I enjoy it a lot.
Sorry, Salariel. We were just talking about Genshin versus Wuthering Waves. By the way, if you ever get the chance, Salariel, to hop on, it doesn't have to be today, but in general, I would love to talk to you about Genshin. Yeah, versus Wuthering Waves. I think you and JW would have a really good conversation about that. It'd be interesting to hear. Because Salariel is obviously fantastic when it comes to Genshin, so it'd be cool to hear her aspect, her opinions on it. But I thought of one for you, Sleepy. What happened? Oh, sorry. What would you think if Valorant had console players join sooner than what they did now? Do you think that would have helped the game at all? Would that have made Valorant maybe a little more, mainstream, a little more popular, or do you think it was good on its own? That console really hasn't helped.
I think console definitely helps to get Valorant out there. I personally I would like it to be crossplay, so I could like play with you. For my friends that don't have a PC, I would love to like play Valorant with you guys and just like fuck around. Stir it up a little bit without it cause a little drama.
Oh yeah.
But
well, look, we're getting with enough people in the Discord that plays Valorant that we could almost make a squad with everyone. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Honestly, I am down to 5 stacks. I am totally down to 5 stacks with community in this community because I feel like we're just gonna have so much fun and like if the enemy talks like bad about one of us, but we're always just on being up on the enemy team and like shut the fuck up, like
I would be fine with it. I know I suck at the game, so
I suck at it too, but I don't think I was streaming when this happened, but I think I started streaming a little later. But I think last Friday I streamed a little bit later than I usually do. But I was playing a little bit of Valorant off stream before I started streaming. I was just hitting headshots after headshots after headshots. Like I almost had an 8, then I had 4K. It's just like it's so funny. My boyfriend's just like, damn, you passing your exam really gave me that confident he's a barber I'm like, yeah. So it's just like, but when I started streaming, unfortunately I got a little bit. I'm like, oh shit. But it was definitely, it's definitely fun playing with friends instead of playing alone. If we can get a whole Valorant squad in here, that'd be great. That'd be super fun.
I mean, I know of 3, including me. I don't. We would need 2 more.
Yeah, well, I guess it is that new girl that joined, right? Was it Sandra? Sorry, I'm probably screwing up her name.
Chandra.
Yeah.
Chandra. Yeah.
I think so.
Like
yeah,
that.
I know. I was looking.
I watched her stream today too.
I know, me too. I was like, shit. But yeah, Sleepy. I highly recommend if you ever get a chance to play with her. You guys have a very similar like personality. I think you guys would have a lot of fun. Speaking of that, and sorry, quick shout out to Z-Chick because she was just shouting us all up again, saying hello. And yes, Salariel, if you're okay with it, you're more than welcome to hop on. I'd love to have that conversation with you if you're okay with it. No, I think that'd be really fun, you guys, if you want to do Valorant. Like, are you talking like just the PC players or?
Yeah, because it's not crossplay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
But
That's cool.
I would like it to be cosplay. I would like it for it to be cosplay, but apparently they're saying it has more events over console, so that's why I don't think they have plans in the future to make it cosplay at the moment.
Yeah. As well. Well, I mean, I do have it on console. Sometimes I play on it from time to time on console, so I wouldn't mind playing with you if you want to try it, Mindful.
Yeah, no, of course, that'd be awesome.
Oh wait. Oh, you have a Series X, so it should be okay.
Yeah, right.
I was gonna say it's not on the older gen.
No PS4. But yeah, Solariel, if you want to, you can. It's up to you, of course. What was I say? Sorry. The other thing we were going to talk about, was GameStop. So I was really excited when I heard, and then I saw the photos of them selling the retro games, and it was just like I know it's such a nerdy thing, but like doing retail for so long, I was like, come on, fuck! Like that's the worst merchandising I've ever seen. It literally looks like even the comments said it looks like they pulled their stock from 5 years ago and just threw it on the shelf because that's like exactly how it ended up looking, right? Like. I don't know. It was just...
What do you expect of GameStop, really? They always disappoint.
Well, okay, because I think it was just a Canadian thing, so maybe you'll know, JW. You had electronic boutiques, right? EB Games before?
Yes, I had EB Games.
Yeah,
but they're GameStop, just the Canadian version. And it was terrible. Or at least the ones that were close to where I lived at the time. When I was younger, and it was just always had problems. Always tried to sell me stuff that I didn't even want, or
That's true. That's true. But I mean,
I went to get in Oblivion, and he would recommend all the other Endless Scroll except Oblivion because he didn't want to tell me they didn't have Oblivion.
Oh, we got Morrowind.
It was so scummy. Then I buy a game, I get home, it's the wrong CD.
Oh yeah, I've had that happen a few times with some Dreamcast games.
Yeah.
Sometimes I ended up buying like
how hard it is to read the title on this CD. Like really.
I was gonna say maybe the guys that like I knew that were running the store that was close to me were just like better at doing their job. I don't know, but like they had like nice professional signs up. Like you had Xbox, and here's all your Xbox games, and like they would have Xbox, 360 at the time, and here's all the 360 games. Like I guess that's what I was kind of hoping for when they were talking retro. I thought they would like doesn't have to be like every 4-foot section, but they could have had like a nice little banner, and it could have just named off a whole bunch of retro console titles. I think that would have been good too. I don't know. Huge missed opportunity. I think it just throwing games on a shelf isn't the way to honor a retro selection. But yeah, sorry, Salariel, you hopped on. I don't know if you have limited time or not. So,
Yeah.
how's it
I've
going?
got about an hour before I start getting ready for work.
Oh, nice.
Doing all of my I'm doing all of my Hoyo dailies at the moment.
Sorry, because you never hopped on before, so it'd be a good opportunity. If you want, you can have the floor for a little bit and kind of talk about your streaming or anything you want to share about yourself.
I mean, I just poked my head in. You put me on the spot.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So you're here to talk about Genshin. Is that what you're saying?
I was like, I guess I could poke my head in if this is where we're gonna because you were talking about GameStop. Funny story. I know somebody who used to work for GameStop, and they kind of bullied him into buying a PS5.
Wow.
Oh wow. Okay.
Because he worked there. It didn't look right or some such weirdness, and I was like, I would have quit that job right away.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
Did
for
not
sure.
make
Because
the money.
at GameStop, you're not paid like with a salary. You're paid per commission.
Oh.
I'd have been like, I'm sorry that I can't afford a $500 game console on minimum
Yeah.
wage.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Wow.
I mean, I have one now, but like I affirmed mine. Mine will be paid off next week.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a lot to ask of an employee.
Oh yeah.
Like it was. I think because I got mine as a bundle on Black Friday. It was like, what, Bubba? Sorry, my dog is like, you're talking to people, so I have to like be in your business. I put the headset on, so the dog is like, are you streaming? For anybody who doesn't know, the dog, I have a redeem in my channel where you can make me give my dog cookies.
Oh, okay. That's why he's always there.
So every time I put the headset on, he's like, oh, is somebody gonna like make you give me cookies? Rotten little brat. My goodness, Mindful, to take you today. What's up with this?
Oh, did I get another bot? Son of a gun.
Yeah, you got another one.
But yeah, sorry, Solaris.
I'm doing my job today.
Thank you very much. But yeah, for those that don't know, I was gonna say Salariel is a streamer as well. I guess like a variety of games. Like I know Genshin's obviously one of your go tos. But I'd say quite a bit of anime games. You do.
So I'm currently doing the content in Genshin. Zenless Zero, which we're almost done with that, so I don't know what we're gonna do next.
Wow, way to go.
I've been playing Alchemist the Potion Monger, which I really need to look up how to sort that out. So Alchemist the Potion Monger is like a first person kind of like Stardew Valley, except you're an anthropomorphic alchemist living on an island.
Okay.
And I started playing it because somebody donated to my extra life campaign. Need to look something up.
Well, tell me, Zenless Zero, or whatever it's called, the ZZZ game. Is it just, small fights, meaning you enter a stage, you battle like 3 enemies, then there's a boss, and then it's over, and there's just other mission to do, or are the missions longer than that?
It's not really like it's not open world like Genshin is. It is very much like you walk into an arena, you fight the enemy, and you move on. So yeah.
But are there like a lot of enemies, or is it's just a small group of enemies?
It's looking like it's smaller group, but it's like sometimes it's in waves. I'm looking for.
I'm asking because it makes me think of some mobile games I played where the combat was super fun to play with, but every stage was like, and mission were super small and not long. There were like a couple of mobs, and then one boss at the end, and that's it. I always thought it could be bigger, and I was wondering if Zenless Zero was the same.
It does have it's the puzzle aspect, and there are a lot of short fights.
Okay, I
So
see.
it's not like. Sorry, I'm also looking for something to get all of these bots out of Mindful's chat.
Aw, thanks, Salariel.
Because it's.
No, I know they're so frustrating. I hate bots. Yeah, I guess so. The main thing I was
Don't say that. When the AI rise, they will take that out of context.
take you out, pig. I guess the main
If
thing.
the AI doesn't want to sell cheap viewers, then
I know, eh? It's always that one. Yeah, so I was gonna say the main thing I guess that looking for, right, was well, JW, he's obviously very passionate about Wuthering Waves, and I know that you're extremely passionate about Genshin, and I know JW in the past has brought up a few of his issues he's had with Genshin, and I was thinking maybe someone that's played the game way more than I have, obviously, might have some interesting takes, right, to rebuttal those issues that maybe he's experiencing in the game. Who knows? Maybe he'll change his mind, or maybe not. But yeah, let you guys have a little conversation, a little debate about it. I'm not sure. So you said you can't, you
Okay.
haven't played Wuthering Waves at all, right, Salariel? You can't run it yet at the moment.
I started playing it on my phone, but the screen is just too small for me to
Yeah, I get that. It is.
because it looks really interesting.
Yeah, no, but it is rough on mobile. I'll agree. I'm playing there at the moment, but it's
My screen is way too small, and so I was playing it on my laptop, and it's sorry, I'm also in the middle of drinking coffee because I've not been awake that long.
No worries.
But it's also I tried playing on my laptop, and the graphics were just too much. My laptop was like, "What are you doing?"
Burning up.
Yeah. So I tried turning everything down, and it was like I can't play like this. I'll wait till it comes out on console or I get a better PC.
Yeah, I'm sure it will end up on console, probably in the next year or something like that.
Oh god, yeah.
I think so.
They've said PS5 at the very least.
Yeah, because Genshin took a little
So
bit
not
too, right?
Xbox.
No.
I've heard. Well, I don't play on Xbox very specifically because the controller is weird for my hands.
Sure.
So I have heard at least PS5.
Yeah, because I've heard PS5 as well, but I have not heard Xbox. So I'm wondering if there's an exclusivity there.
It must be, right? Because it's by the same people that made Genshin, isn't it?
No.
No? Oh, my
Wuthering
bad.
Waves is
My
a
bad.
different company.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Misinformation.
Once again.
Hoyoverse does Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, Honkai Impact 3rd, Tears of Themis, Zenless Zone Zero, and I feel like I'm missing one. I don't play all of these for the record.
That would be a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I am playing 3 out of the 5, so.
Yeah, keeping track of everything in the dailies and would be insane.
Z-Chick shout out Star Rail.
I do play Star Rail on my phone, though. I said Star Rail. I said Genshin Impact, Star Rail, Impact 3rd, Tears of Themis, and Zenless Zone Zero, but I feel like there's a 6th one, and I could be wrong.
But yeah, no, the people that made Wuthering Waves is a Chinese company called Kuro Games. I don't know. They've done one previous mobile game. That's the one that I've talked to you about. I just mentioned that the combat and everything was great, but I find it was lacking in level design and having longer, bigger combats, right? And you needed to do missions, but then you needed currency to do those missions, of course, and the whole mobile shtick. And I can't remember the name though. I should look it up. It's something Gray something too. But yeah, no. Chinese game companies have been rocking the gaming space right now. Like between that with Black Myth Wukong and other games like it that has been
I've seen that one.
selling a bunch. They're really doing good right now. Yeah, no. So the game that I'm talking about is called Punishing Two Dots Gray Raven.
Oh,
That's it.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that one. That's right. Yeah, so I was gonna say, I guess a good place to start then was just JW brought up in the past, right? Maybe Slayer hasn't heard them. Just like your comparisons, right, between the two games and what sold you on Withering Waves. And then I'm curious, Solario, when you hear these, if there's, is it more of like, oh, if you stick with it, it would have been what you're looking for, or like. Yeah, just kind of curious because, as I said, Slayer knows a lot more about Genshin than I would, so maybe she'll have some better insight on the game, or maybe she'll agree with you completely.
We also have to keep in mind. So Mindful loves to sell me up on this. I need to point this out.
She's gonna get a promo code one day.
I have. This. So before anybody is like, he's so great at this game, like Mindful is like, there are so many people that it's like, not just me. I've had so many people help me. Like,
well, isn't played.
So from what I've played Wuthering Waves a lot at the start, like Genshin, that I've noticed.
Yeah.
And a lot of the other people that I play with are like, oh, it's, like Genshin, but better. And I'm like, well, I would love to play with you guys, but I can't. So, like...
But yeah, no. Well, to start with, Genshin for me was a bit too cutesy, the art style. And I find this Withering Waves is a bit more, I wouldn't say darker, because it's not like it's that, dark. But it's more... I guess I would say in the teen range, right? So slightly edgy, right? And so that already turns my cramps a bit more. But it was mainly the combat system in Withering Waves that I found was super good compared to Genshin in terms of having perfect dodges and specific attacks from jumping into the air or countering certain attacks and getting higher damages, crits, and staggering enemies like this that I thought was sort of lacking for me with Genshin. Genshin is more about having the right team with the right elements for these enemies and section, if I remember correctly. But, when I tried it was a very long time ago. It could have changed.
So, I know with Zenless Zone Zero, or Triple Z, a lot of they do kind of come into the perfect dodge. They have that mechanic. I don't know what that particular mechanic in Wuthering Waves, because again, didn't make it that far. But I need to. But yeah, no, like that's very much that's not something I can argue with because it is a personal. And I did enjoy, from, like I said, what I've played of Wuthering Waves, the storyline and the combat. I just I did it on mobile, so it was very different from. God damn it! I just lost my train of thought. I'm sorry, you guys.
No worries. No worries whatsoever.
No problem. I blame Mindful.
Yeah, I'm chaotic. I know. No. That's
like so.
But yeah, no, that's my main focus.
Saying is that Wuthering Waves is like a more mature game, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I'm usually not into cutesy stuff, so I guess the target audience is closer to me in that case.
Yeah, Z Chick was also saying she felt the same way too, that it was more mature.
But again, it's not that mature. It's just in the visuals, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like in terms of storylines and there's no blood or anything. It's not. We say mature, but it's not like nothing like that. I don't think the Chinese government would allow it, to be honest, because they have really strict rules in terms of what you can make as a game.
It's like comparing a kid's cartoon to a teen cartoon. You know what I mean? Like teen cartoons come off a
Yeah.
little more edgier, right? That's about it.
Yeah. And from what I got into, like I said, on the storyline, I did very much enjoy it because I am very much a story person.
Hmm.
Like I do a lot of the Genshin lore. I'm a little bit of a lore whore. If the
nice.
if the story sucks, I don't want to play.
Yeah, I mean, it depends of the game, but the story is important as well to me. And
if you're selling the game because it has a good story, then if the story sucks, I don't want to play it. Like if it's like I'll play games like Mortal Kombat or Soul Calibur, or I need to pick probably a more newer just combat central game. And that's what you're selling me on, is that it is like mainly combat, then all right, I'm gonna judge playing that game on that criteria. If your combat, and that's what you're trying to sell me on, I don't want to play your game.
No, I agree. Yeah, 100%. I guess a good question to ask you too, Salariel, is what's kept you going with Genshin Impact? It's been a while, right? That you put into the time and effort into that game.
I've been playing like for 3 years.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's been a while. I started right before the first anniversary. Because the game came out.
So it's 4
I have
years.
to do math.
It's 4 years old then altogether?
Yeah, so because this is the
Really?
the
That
5.0.
young?
Because this is the 5 patch. So it would have been September, October of 2019.
Wow. Okay.
But I started playing April of the following year. Yes, the stories will.
Yeah, Z.
Like Z says, the story will keep you going.
The sexy voices.
And I think for a while it was. Z chick over here.
I know, she gets so excited over it.
Said what?
Oh, she was saying the stories, the scenery, the sexy voices, the sexy legs.
Well, that's something that every gacha game has, right? Sexy characters, sexy voices, and all that.
Oh, lordy. Sorry, Salariel.
I'm reading the chat.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think. And it was one of those that a lot of people I knew or had made friends with were playing. So it was like I had people to play with.
Yeah, it blew up pretty quick, eh? That one.
So, and there's always people who are wanting to get into the game, and that's the one thing that is. There was a period of time, like I'm not entrenched in the Genshin community, so that people have been like, "It's so toxic." I don't notice.
Yeah, I never really experienced
But
that
it's
either.
like the number. Yeah. So, like I've heard it. But I'm like. There are so many people that when I was struggling, like Dragon Spine is not meant to be done alone.
Yeah.
And so when I was struggling, there were so many people that were like, "Well, what server are you on? What's your UID? When are you available? I'll come help you." Like I have all of the resources, like Mindful is in my Discord, so he's seen it. There's a pinned message in my Discord that has all of these resources, like where to track building your characters. There's oh my god, I have to look. Google Doc that's been going around community on how to build characters based on how you want to play them, what, ideal artifacts you need, all of these things. And so, like, I've only gotten parts of the community that are like, let me help you. Which there have been games that I have played that are multiplayer where people are like, oh, you don't know what you're doing, you can fuck off.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't play League of Legends.
That sounds exactly like League, really.
I'm calling that one out right now.
Yeah, League has the worst community ever, for sure.
Because there are so many people who are like, oh, I'm just now playing League. I'm like, I won't ever touch it. Like, I'll watch Arcane, because I've heard it's really good.
Oh yeah, for sure. I hate League of Legends like as a passion, but Arcane is really good. It's worth the watch.
So.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no, that community is terrible. The Rainbow Six Siege community as well is pretty terrible.
Wow.
They'll shoot you down for no reason sometimes, and there's a lot of fuckery going on in the Rainbow Six Siege games. Someone gets pissed off or whatever, it just shoots you during the rounds.
See, I don't play shooter games because, and I say this all of the time, so Mindful's heard it like a million times. My depth perception is fucked.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
So, like, I couldn't hit the broadside of a barn in real life, let alone in a video game.
Me too.
So.
No, fair enough. Sorry, you brought up a good one earlier.
Like, anytime I see an archer or something, I call my co-op partner. I'm like, I need you to bring your busted ass Connie into my.
I was gonna say to give a little more spotlight though, Salariel. You brought up a good one earlier. Second Life. Are you doing your charity still this year?
Yeah,
is it okay to shout that out?
Doing Extra Life this year, the big event. Oh, for sure. So I don't know if he keeps saying your name and my brain keeps blanking. So I don't know if you know what Extra Life is. I know Mindful does. But it's and for anybody who's listening who doesn't, it is a charity that pairs streamers with local children's hospitals. And it's the Children's Miracle Network and local children's hospitals. I usually have the spiel down, but Mindful's putting me on the spot.
Sorry.
And so it's good. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. It's for children's research and medical hospitals. And so one of the things that I do, I am part of a team. It's called the Gamers Across Borders. I don't have any of the links currently. I really should, I do actually. Hold on.
No worries. I promise when I edit this, I'll add them in for you.
Baba, stop.
No, that's true. Mindful can just add a post.
Yeah, so sorry. You might want to crop out the dog in the background, little brat. He's demanding my attention. I'm sure you can hear him.
Oh, no worries. But I know you usually do
I can send you those links.
Yeah, no, of course. But I know the exciting thing for people that are watching you, right? Is sometimes you do little challenges. Are you still gonna do some challenges this year, like some goals, or? So
I have the incentives set up, both individual and milestone goals. So $2 boozle, 5 is my spicy pickle challenge. We're not doing the ending again. I almost got sick on stream this year. I think Mindful was there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It was bad.
That was a lot harder than you expected, I think.
I had stomach rot for days.
That sucks.
It was Bulldog's ghost pepper chicken ramen. Literally, the noodles were black.
Yeah,
That's how spicy that was.
They were really dark.
The noodles were black?
Yeah.
And you ate that?
Yeah, it was. I had stomach rot for days.
It looks like venom and you would eat it?
Looks like venom.
When you mix the sauce in, it's so bad.
That would have already been a turnoff for me. It looks like licorice, no venom.
If I remember correctly, too, I think it was Peaswad we should blame for that one because I think he was the one that got that redemption.
Oh yeah.
There were several people. That
Oh, was it?
like
Okay.
it was a $10 redemption. No, it was several people. I was like, once we run out of these, we're not doing this ever again. He did do
Aw.
one of them, but last year, so yeah, our mutual mod Peaswad last year donated $100, and he was like, I want $20 in beans, and then the rest of it in games. So what I do, the highest ones that I have for individual goals are $10 and $20, and it is 3 hours a game of your choice. The difference is $20 I have to pay for it. Like I have to
Oh.
buy the game.
Oh, okay.
And so the $10 one is any game that's free to me. It's a game that I own. I also have PlayStation Plus, like at whatever, I think it's premium is the highest level.
Yep.
So any game in their catalogs, and then every $10 after that, you can stack 3 hours or pick another game.
That's cool. That's a
So
nice one.
yeah, he thought so. One of the games he picked last year was Bus Simulator. That'll was there because he's like he thought you were gonna spend 3 hours running people over and having a good time, and I was like, I have news for you. That's not how that works.
Oh, peas.
I spent the first 3 hours of my 24-hour stream just absolutely losing my mind trying to drive a city bus and do it right. And he's like, that's
Oh, that's
he's like,
too
I did not
funny.
expect that. I was like, I didn't enjoy. Oh God, what was it? What all he picked last year? It was $20 worth of beans, and then it was 5 games. It was Dead Cells, Bus Simulator, Hades,
Oh, yeah.
Slime Rancher, and there was one other he picked. He picked mostly games I already owned.
Yeah. No, Dead Cells and Hades is a good shout.
And then he rolled over however, he was like, split the rest of the hours up however you wanted. It ended up being like another 6 hours.
Oh, man.
But yeah, and then so like my community goals, because I do my donation at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So that it doesn't affect what everybody else raised. I think the highest two that I have is, I think at $300, the community gets to vote on what color I dye my hair.
Oh.
And then 400 is another 24-hour stream.
So have your community ever did something to your hair that you thought was?
My hair has been untouched for the last 3 years.
Oh, okay.
So we have not made it that far.
Nice.
So basically, the challenge has been set, everyone.
Yeah, I know. I'll have something in
mean-
mind.
And over here did my job as a moderator.
Aw, thank you. I guess the last really good one for you, Salariel, so people get an idea is, it could be anything that comes to the top of your head, right? But what's been some of your favorite games that you've gotten to play? Obviously, Genshin is definitely going to be one of them, but, what other games?
I've played through Gungrave Gore this year.
Ooh, okay.
So, like, it is very much like the two previous Gungrave games. But, like, that was an anime that I very much enjoyed. And so when I found out that it was a game, I had to have it.
So it's good, yeah.
I enjoyed it. Have you seen the anime for Gungrave?
No, I've only had this game in my wish list, the Gungrave Gore game.
Okay, so it's actually the third game in the set.
Oh, okay.
So there is Gungrave Overdose, which I think are for the 2 and the 3. And then Gungrave Gore is the third installment. So the anime is you character, his name is Grave. Or Beyond, they call him Beyond the Grave. Originally his name was Brandon. This is the only anime in which, spoiler alert, the character dies in the first episode.
Oh yeah.
So he is brought back from the dead to protect this girl who is the daughter of the former mafia boss that he used to work for. And her mother was his love interest.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so the entire anime. So his best, who was basically trying to climb the mafia ladder, killed him to get to the mafia boss.
Oh.
And the
Right.
entire thing is him protecting her, the daughter of like his true love that he gave up because like this was a better opportunity for her. She was in love with this mafia boss, and he was like, "All right, let her. If you love her, let her go." So he did, and so now he's protecting her daughter, their daughter, and getting revenge on the people who killed him.
So that's all in the first episode.
That is pretty much the series.
Oh,
Like the first episode, like he died and then they brought him back.
right.
And the entire series is getting revenge for the death of her parents and him.
Oh, okay.
And then so which is all done in the first game is very much the anime.
Okay.
The second game, they bring him back. She is the head of the mob. What is her name? I want to say her name is Mia.
Okay.
Oh, that's okay. Like, I'm already sold. I'll definitely look at the anime now.
So Overdose is like she's the head of the mob, and she brings him back because he's the only person she can trust. I've not actually played through that one, but I was like, come on, you guys, the man is dead. He's died twice now. Like, let him rest in peace for fuck's sake.
He's too cool to die.
Right? Although somewhere between the first game, which is the entire anime, and the second game, he got his original hair color back, and I'm very confused by this. Which is a weird thing to be confused about.
With everything else going on.
Because, okay, so Brandon is a brunette.
Okay.
When he died and came back, his hair was white. Then he comes back the second time. Well, he comes back the second time. And he's back to being brunette again. I was like, is this just a really well done dye job? Or did you guys figure out how to fix whatever the hell you did to his hair?
He went past his emo phase.
Yeah.
Maybe.
He went past his Devil May Cry phase.
I was just gonna say.
Now he is in his Alucard phase.
I mean, his hair stays the same length the whole time. It's just like, did he die and come back and something in this experiment like drained the color out of his hair? Like, what the hell happened here?
I guess they refined the
here for
process.
I'm like, I'm here for it, but damn.
So what other games do you have, Salariel?
I've been playing. It's weirdly enough become an obsession right now. I'm playing Alchemist the Potion Monger, which was a donation somebody made.
Yeah.
For a game I had to buy. And like I said, I need to look up what the hell I am doing wrong because this game's a little buggy. Trying to figure out how to get into another area. I cannot. It's a lot of really confusing. So somebody's like, are you going to do an evil run? Because you can make choices in parts of the game where you can choose to, like, when you first come in the game, you meet Eve, who is like, she sells you potion recipes and whatnot.
Okay.
And she's very questionable. And so there's another character, Salem, that you get your commissions from, like where you can sell potions, and like he's like, oh hey, these people need these specific potions, you know, I can act as your middleman, blah blah blah. And he's like, the first commission I have for you is to help Farmer Bob, to help his crops grow, right? And then Eve waves you over, and she's like, oh hey, I also have a quest for you. And she was like, I know somebody that'll pay you good money to poison the crops. And so now you have to decide: are you going to help Farmer Bob? Or are you going to poison his crops?
That sounds cool.
Yeah, I like that.
I was like, I don't know how I feel about it. So right now we're doing the.
I'd poison the crops.
I was about to say, I was about to say that thing. I was about to say
I am going to do a run where like I make all of the bad choices. But this one I was like, let's see where this goes. You can't decide whether or not you accidentally curse the village, though. That is apparently a requirement.
Wait, you can accidentally curse the village?
So there is a quest you have to do where you have to get to these ruins, right? And you go in and you don't have any choices. You just open the box that's in these ruins, and it's a ghost. Like there's a ghost in the box.
Okay.
That's like so every 3 days they possess certain villagers, and it's at random. And if you're outside your house, they try to kill you.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like, this is bullshit. This should have been a choice. So the whole rest of the game becomes you trying to figure out how to fix the shit that you did.
That sounds cool. I like it. Sorry, what was that on
Yeah.
Salario? Is that on PlayStation or?
So that is on PlayStation and Steam,
Oh, okay. Nice.
if I remember correctly.
So again, something that Xbox doesn't have.
It might be on Xbox.
Fair enough.
I can actually give me 1 second. I can double check.
I just like shitting on Xbox.
And then I was gonna.
I could
What's
actually.
that? What's that game called?
Oh no, it's on Xbox.
Oh,
And what is it? What is it called already?
It's called Alchemist the Potion Monger.
Alchemist.
I think I might get that. I try when I get home later. That sounds. I'm not make all the. No, I don't play for stream and just make all the bad choices. Just
So I haven't decided right now. There is one choice you can make where they're like, oh, you can go talk to this herbalist, and she can give you.
Oh,
She can
seems
help you
nice.
like undo the curse, right? And she's like, okay, well, I need you to go to the swamp and get this flower for me that only blooms at night. That's heavily guarded by skeleton creatures.
you know, who said you have to be good? You know, I'm just saying. Who said you have to be good? You have to make bad choices.
So
Alchemist the Potion Monger is on console?
it is on PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam.
I'm surprised it's still in early access.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I think it was early access like last year.
Oh,
So it still have the tag here.
so
Oh.
But anyway, what are
That
the
might be
other?
why it's
Cool.
still so buggy.
I say look at Ark. How long was that in early access? Apparently.
Yeah. Oh, there's a demo too. Well, on Steam there is at least, so I'll download that.
There you go. 3 new players.
But like, so you go out to the swamp and you meet this swamp witch. It's like, if you can get me out of this hole, come to find out this bitch is dead. So you have to resurrect her to get her out of the hole. And mind you, her and the herbalist Marceline give you the same quest to go get this book in the Winterland, which is where I'm stuck right now. And so you have the swamp witch who you had to resurrect, and then you have the herbalist who has brains in her garden. And I'm like, I don't know what the good choice is. This is concerning.
That sounds great. I want in.
Yeah, it almost kind of reminds me of that. What was that game before? Graveyard Keeper. Like has that kind of quirky humor. It sounds like.
I know somebody who's playing Graveyard Keeper.
Yeah, it's a cool game.
Yeah, count me in. I'll tell stream we're making bad choices today.
So the only thing I like about this game is that it's first person point of view. So it's like it very much gives me a headache after a while. I'm like, all right, we're only playing this in like a short stint because I can't.
Well, I was gonna say, hopefully, I've been a good enough friend if I can guess these next 3. But if I was to guess games that you'd like, Salariel, from what I've seen in the past, would it be Final Fantasy VIII, Spyro. I think I've seen you play quite a few times. And then this next one, I think I'm gonna screw it up. Hopefully, you know what game I'm talking about. What was it? The Seven Deadly Sins? Was that the name of it? I think that was one I saw you play quite.
God.
Yeah, I know I saw you play that one a
So
lot.
I did. That one very much. I liked the anime and I saw that it was a game. The game was not as great as I thought it was going to be.
Oh, that's too bad. Darn.
Like, it's very much like I liked the game. It very much followed the storyline. But at the same time, it was just incredibly buggy, which is a complaint that a lot of people had about that game. So, like, I did like it. I've played through Spyro because it was a game that I played when I was a kid, and I never got to finish it. So I did enjoy that.
Did you actually finish it?
Final Fantasy VIII is another. I did finish it.
Woo!
Final Fantasy VIII was another game that I'd never got to finish. So I have.
Nice. I like that one too.
So I absolutely had to finish Final Fantasy VIII because we're all old here, so I can put this out there. I have the original Final Fantasy VIII 4-disc set for the
Wow.
Oh,
PlayStation.
nice.
Yeah, nice.
That is
So cool.
amazing.
I
8
made
is
it.
one of my favorites too. Like, I'm jealous.
So I made it to the 4th disc, or when I played it originally, and then my brother broke my PlayStation.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
Like, it was an accident. He bumped the dresser and it fell off. And, you know, that's a good 4 feet off the ground. And
Yeah.
it was the PlayStation Mini, so it wasn't the
Ooh.
the
Oh
big
my
bulky
God.
one. So it just came crashing down and I couldn't fix it. I still have it. Fix it.
Oh, I'm glad you got to go back to it.
And I
though,
was
and
like,
finish
I'm
it up.
going to finish this game. Like, at some point, I seriously thought about finding an original PlayStation, and then I found that they had redone them, and then the 5.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, we're finishing this game.
Yeah, Final Fantasy VIII is one of the weirdest Final Fantasies, but it's one of my favorites as well. It's an interesting game, I find. Especially story-wise and the characters.
Yeah, did you feel pretty satisfied wrapping up that one, Salariel? Because obviously that was a long
Yeah,
time to
like,
wait.
It was one of those. Was very much one of those. I need to know how the story ends.
Yeah. And were you satisfied with the ending, or?
Oh, for
'Cause it-
sure. There's the next one to play through is going to be when I can get the adapter. Is going to be Blood Will Tell.
I don't think I know that one. What is it?
Yeah, what's that one?
So, have you seen it's the anime on Amazon Prime? It's called Dororo.
No.
Oh my god, I seen it. Oh, it's such a good
Actually,
anime.
It is. It's so. My one beef with it is that in the anime, Dororo is a boy. In the anime, or in the game, Dororo is a girl.
Why?
Not that
Okay.
it's a weird change to have made, but I'm like, all right, cool. So the other change
But,
that they made from
That's so
the
weird.
anime,
Yeah.
or from
So
the
they still follow the storyline of the anime, or they change it up?
to a degree, the anime follows the game. The big difference is that in the anime, it's 12 demons who took his body parts, and in the game, it's 48.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
So, like, very much understandable why they changed that.
but if I highly recommend the anime. If you guys are looking for anime to watch, that is a highly recommended anime.
I'm currently watching it.
It's so, oh my god, you don't have your mind twisted towards that, and
Okay, so I've gotten to the episode where he's gotten his voice back, and
Mhm.
the army just attacked the temple. and he just absolutely loses his shit. And I'm like, I'm gonna cry.
With the kids and with the
Yeah.
guy with the girl. Oh, dude. To be
I
fair,
feel like we should start getting like the guys are very confused.
you know
Oh
what
yeah.
you know what I'm
So
still trying to get used to is seeing JW and Mindful. Just use you.
What am I supposed to say? Like,
I just love
I don't know.
With the
Why
guy.
did demon stole his body parts?
okay, so Blood Will Tell and Blood Will Tell the anime Dororo is the storyline is that Hyakimaru, who is the main character, Dororo is his little sidekick.
I wish it's a girl, by the way. It's a girl.
So in the I don't know if they were like just dressed him like a boy in the anime and they're actually girl.
It's because she was still young, you know, she was still developing into her body type of thing.
So in the what it is Hyakimaru is the son of a feudal lord. Before he was born, his father made a deal with the Hall of Demons. In the anime, it's 12. In the game, it's 48. Because their land was constantly being hit with natural disasters, famine. The people were suffering.
And people were sick and stuff like that.
Of course, it didn't occur to anybody that it might be the demons doing this. Just saying.
Yeah, but you know, anime logic.
So he makes a deal with the Hall of Demons, and he's like, whatever I have, you can take. And so they take his firstborn child. And of course, there are 12 or 48 of them, depending on which you're interacting with. So they each take a body part. And somehow, so in the anime, it's the goddess of mercy is what keeps him alive. And so they send him the father tells the midwife he's not going to survive, just get rid of him. So she puts him in a boat in the river and sends him downstream. And he's found by this former samurai who does prosthetics for the dead. Okay. Which is a weird concept, but whatever.
Yeah.
He does prosthetics for the living and dead. Like they die with their body parts, kind of. I don't understand the significance, but whatever makes you happy. And then for people who have lost their limbs because samurais are assholes and they, attack. Some of them attack children for no reason because that's been a thing that has been.
There's also a lot of war. A lot of war was happening.
I'm like, yeah, but you're picking on kids.
Yeah.
I mean, back then it wasn't matter if you're.
You are right. That
it didn't really matter.
Things. So,
if there's a way.
So the whole story is like Dororo following along with Hyakimaru as he goes and fights these demons, and essentially gets his body back. And so in the anime, Shukai, the prosthetician, raises him, puts weapons in like his false limbs, so like his arms, the prosthetics where his hands are come off, and he has swords for arms. Very much the completed version of Edward Scissorhands.
Oh, okay.
So like he has the prosthetics for his arms cover double his sword sheaths. In the game, he has a small cannon than the anime, but
that's pretty cool. Actually,
For the game for sure. Mechanics.
Yeah,
it is an interesting mechanic.
Yeah. So anyways, the point is, long story short, he finds these demons. He gets each body part back. So like when he was born, he literally had no skin, no eyeballs, no nose, just muscles when he was born.
He had no nervous system. So
he
he was
had no
incapable of feeling pain.
Yeah. So
Okay, but
it's
wouldn't it be harder then to fight the demons? If every body parts he gets back is human, then how can he beat the baddest of
He's
demons?
so that's part of the process is that as he's getting body parts back, I think his arms are last specifically because he has the swords in his arms.
Okay, so he can decide in advance, like, oh,
No,
this
it's
demon
just
has my arms,
no.
well, I'll wait for the end, or
I'm pretty sure
There.
that's how the storyline is going. Is that he
Yeah,
has
but
that's pretty
demons.
funny.
Good.
Um,
For the demons, it's just completely random. Like you don't know what he doesn't know what body
he
part
was
he would do.
Okay.
he has been so before the weapons installed in his prosthetics, he's actually trained how to use a sword outside of having them inside of his prosthetic. So like he knows how to wield a sword.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
but yeah. Anyways,
No, it sounds like cool. Like I like the concept behind it.
It-
Is that just, I guess,
it's great. It's such a great anime.
is that one just like on Crunchyroll or whatever to watch it?
it's on Amazon Prime.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, I feel like once you just type it into Google, you'll find something to watch it on. Honestly,
Yeah, no, I'll look it on Prime. I got
Yeah.
Prime.
I'm gonna point this out once again. It's so weird seeing Mindful and JW Cameron. Oh my god.
It feels
Feel bad.
weird.
But is it a positive or a negative?
I don't know. I'm very conflicted right now.
No, that's exactly what I was scared of.
It's a good thing. It's just like I'm just like it's like it's a good thing. It's a positive thing. Okay, it's a very positive thing.
I
I'm just
wasn't
like,
sure, but now I'm sure it's positive. Oh, okay.
yeah,
Sure.
no, I was like, I don't know. It just caught me off guard. Just like I hopped on Twitch. And I'm like, oh, Mindful and DW has a channel. Holy shit! Let me join real quick.
That's what I felt too.
It's like it's a hop on camera right now. Hey guys. Hi. But yeah, no, it's definitely really interesting. I enjoyed it. I'm embracing this moment right now. Not gonna lie.
Like I literally thought of like all the other streamers
no.
I've watched that would like for years wouldn't show themselves, and then they finally do. I was like, man, I'm gonna have that fucking moment, and then like, oh, that's Mindful. Okay, well, unsub.
I mean, I
I don't
turn my
think
head.
so.
I don't know anybody
Hey.
that's been like, oh, that's what
Aw.
they actually look like. I don't.
Hey guys. Sleepy, hi. I'm here.
Hey, Sleepy.
Nice.
I'm doing
Like
nervous stuff.
Like for so long, she's been talking about doing a face reveal on her streams, and now the face reveal is here.
Hi. The little PNG tuber. Hi, I'm here. I can't with myself right now. I look so bad. I just got for work, and I'm just like, not the best look right now, but I promise on my stream
No,
I'll look better.
you look great, really.
Thank you. I'm at my sister's house. I kind of sneak away to the backyard, but yeah, fresh air.
Seems like a nice
Okay.
place. Certainly, it looks nicer than where I am.
I mean, it's a nice area, but yeah, I'm just like, you guys want to face me? Like, hey, I'm Sleepy.
She's got that California background.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
I'm in LA. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. Wish I was.
Really, with
but I
all
do have
the
that
hobos
California.
on the streets, like that's what you wanted to show on your background, or people living in their
no.
cars, and for Los Angeles, I mean.
No, it's like this is Cali weather though. This is Cali weather. Yeah. It's definitely nice. Definitely nice, but hot. Tomorrow's like 105, and I'm like, yikes.
Oh, yeah, that's hot.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
I guess it's not been that much cooler here. I think the highest we've had recently is like 95. So
Wow.
yeah, I can handle 95. I just can't handle 105.
Yeah, no, that's like spa level of like heat. You know, when you go into the, I can't remember what it's called. Fuck's sake. Uh,
Well,
you know,
hold on my hair.
The sauna, or is that what you're trying
the
to say?
not a sauna, but you know, the heating water thing.
Oh, the hot
Huh?
tub.
Yes, hot tub. Jesus Christ, yes.
Oh, too funny.
So yeah, no, hot tub. Yeah, that's as high as a hot tub. Like it's ridiculous. 105.
You know, I'd rather be in a hot tub than being burned. Cause like, okay, I'm white as fuck. Okay, my skin is sensitive, so like
I
when
see
I'm in
that.
the sun, when like I turn red. My face right now because it's hot. But yeah, no, it right now it's just me being nervous. I'm like, you know, I'm being nervous right now. But no, you know what? I gotta get used to like showing myself, especially I want to do, you know, use a face cam for my community. But like, I'm terrified, guys. I don't know how you do this. I'm like, I'm gonna hide.
I've been playing with my
You guys saw
headset.
me fighting.
I've been playing with my headset cord the entire time. Don't worry, Sleepy. It is very hard and very awkward. Never know where I'm supposed to be looking on the screen.
Oh no! I mean,
Yeah, I'm
what's
over
it's
here
on?
like,
It's on. I mean,
It
Yeah.
takes a little bit to get used to. Like, I mean, I have my camera on all the time.
That's
yeah,
true.
I'm not used to it. I have a little PNG tuber that like, you know, up and down and stuff.
I like
So
that
it's
one.
like
That was cool.
yeah, it's just like I don't know. It's just a lot of people who hire like they're like no, they're like you should do, you know, gain a lot of followers as well. And I'm just like, nah, not
See,
ready yet.
that's a weird thing for me though, to be like, oh, you'd get so many more followers if you were on camera. I don't think that's a thing. Like, people just say that because they're like, oh, I want to see you do it.
oh,
Yeah, no,
yes
I
and
have a lot
no.
of friends.
Yeah, yes and no. I think
Yeah,
you have a point there, but I also think people that are super attractive will get more followers if they're on camera, right?
yeah, yeah.
Like,
No,
for
that's
sure,
that's
but for them to
definitely
not know what you look like and be like, because there are some people who are like, yeah, my model looks nothing like I do in person. So
no. Well, you guys,
you know,
JW and Mindful seen my little PNG. It's similar, but it's not exact, right? So it's.
Yeah.
But I do have that pink shirt. I do have that necklace. It's just hiding at the moment. This is that's with it. Um, but once in a while, I do wear my glasses, so that's the slight difference. Because my PNG doesn't have glasses, and I wear glasses when I drive. But right now, I don't have them on. But like, I do have glasses, so.
Nice.
This is why, like, you know, face so mindful, you know. I'm like, wanna hi guys. It says, but yeah.
No worries, Sleepy.
Well, now you're part of the Cam
Yeah,
Club.
you're still in the show now.
I'm trying to be. Yes, no, please don't. No. Look at mindful and JW, please. Like, I'm just here with my
I'm fixing
with
mindful.
my phone.
JW's here to
I
keep my
don't know.
eye in
I
line.
fidget a lot.
I will say something if I see it for sure.
That's all fair. It's all fair. I was gonna say though, we're getting close to the 2 hour mark. I just want to make sure everyone gets a chance to like shout out their last little bits. But Salariel, I know you're probably on a time crunch. So you know, where can people find you? You know, what's your streaming schedule like? I promise I'll
stream
post stuff
Friday and
too.
Saturdays. Yeah, so I stream Fridays, Saturdays. Sometimes I sneak a few in during the week. I'm only on Twitch. So
Hey, that's okay. We just literally watched a video, GWB, about how YouTubers are going back to Twitch. So,
Yeah. I B2B. We'll see. I don't know. In the making. Anyways.
but
So what about you, Sleepy? Where can people watch you?
Hello. Huh? What happened?
I was asking where can people watch your streams?
Honestly, I would like. It's already nerve wracking already, right? To have like 5 viewers and then like talking like, listen, like, oh, hi, welcome. But it's like having like the face cam on and stuff like that. I'm just like I fidget a lot. I move my head a lot. I play with my hair a lot. So it's just like I don't know. Have a mental breakdown.
well, this one's easy, Sleepy. What's your Twitch channel
But yeah.
to find you at?
Mine is Sleepy Knee, so just Sleepy NHI. People think it's Sleepy. It's not. I don't know. I play Valorant, sometimes DVD. I might sneak in Weathering Waves here and there.
Ooh. Nice.
What else? I'll give a fair warning that I do cuss a lot playing Valorant.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
I don't play Valorant. I swear a lot.
No, like it gets to a point where I would completely forget that I'm streaming. I would say some stuff. I'm like, oh wait, I can't say that. I don't want to get in trouble.
My stream is marked 18 plus, and it is tagged for swearing.
But
if you didn't get both of those memos, that is your problem.
Yeah, so I don't know. I should, but I try to keep it PG-13. But you know, there's sometimes people come join at the wrong moment in time without context. They're like, "What just happened?" It's like, "Whoop, background story." Background story time.
Oh, I've had a few of
those.
Not in my stream. I've hung out in other people's voice chats and had to like tell life stories.
No.
Yeah, I've done that too. Where I would hang out with my friend in my friend server, and I'm streaming, and then what? I don't know why, but it always happens. I always end up streaming at the worst moment possible. And someone would come in like, hey, like, what? Wait, what? I'm like, well, hold on. Before I get canceled, let me explain.
The number of times I've had to ask people, what did I click into?
Yeah, same.
And my wonderful co-host, what about you, buddy? Any more shout-outs for some upcoming projects or anything that you want to let people know about from the past 2 weeks?
Well, I don't stream. I am writing stories. I have currently The Sorrow We Know, a horror teen drama that is on Wattpad that you can access through my website, jwfoster.com. Or no, it's .ca, sorry, .ca. Anyways, it'll be written. And and so yeah, that can be read. I've published most chapters. There's, I think, potentially 1 or 2 chapters left, and then it'll be over. Or you can wait until I self-publish it into a physical copy. And there's another story that I don't know when it will come out, but once I find a publishing house, I will publish it at some point. A spy adventure. So look forward on my website, and you will be updated. That's it. What about you, Mindful?
Nah, that's exciting. I highly recommend it. If you guys haven't yet, definitely check out The Sorrow Within.
Yeah.
I said I enjoyed the chapters that I read so far. I just got to get caught up on the current one, like JW's mentioned. Really, for me, like I said at the beginning, right? It's just I got the Minecraft event going on right now. That's going pretty damn good. And then all three of these wonderful people are going to be a part of the award show coming up. So soon we'll be taking in some votes. I'm going to do a few more reaction videos to all of your guys' stuff. Well, I mean, JW, I guess I'll read out your story. I don't know how I do yours, but I'll definitely highlight you as well.
I really like that reaction video you did of Question Death. It was a really good video.
Thank you. But yeah,
Forget every year that you do that award show.
I know. I always message
What?
Solaria. I'm like, hey, Solaria, I still need your votes. She's like, I don't know who to vote for. I was like, just vote for anyone. But yeah, no, I'll definitely do one of Salariel. I'll pick like one of your streams then, and I'll do a reaction to it, and I'll do some for Sleepy as well. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then the month of October, I think we all decided, well, at least JW and Jimmy did. I'll probably do Resident Evil for that whole month. Wrap up a few of those games because yeah, that's a series apparently I got to finish.
I mean, Silent Hill 2 remake comes out in October, no?
And I haven't played a single Silent Hill game, so that could be a possibility too.
Yeah, I think
do spooky games.
I think that would be a good idea, Mindful.
Oh.
Anyway, I will probably get it, I think.
No, I'll definitely try it out.
And hope it's good. There's also the Resident Evil 4 remake that I need to do that I still didn't play yet.
Yeah, that one had some pretty positive stuff. Slayer, you never played any kind of horror games? I thought you did try a few of them.
I played. I think the closest I've gotten to a horror game is Bloodborne because somebody donated to my campaign for.
It's an awesome horror game too.
Yeah. No, that's a great
yeah,
choice.
I didn't enjoy it.
Oh.
I did not. I spent 3 hours in the same area, just repeatedly dying.
That was my first try. I totally get it. That first area is so brutal. Oh.
But as a lore, as someone that loves lore, you would love Bloodborne.
So like,
Because
I
the lore
enjoy
is great.
I enjoy watching other people play. That is very much one of those. Yeah, if it's got a good story, I'll watch other people play and I'll do all of the deep diving. But I'm not gonna. And I spend in the same area. Like
It's me with Death Stranding actually, where I played it and really hated it, so I rather watched it instead of playing the rest of the game.
That's what I'm doing with a lot of people playing Elden Ring right now. Like, all right, so
Right.
feed my lore brain so I don't have to play this.
Fair enough. I do that for quite a few games. Actually, it's funny you mentioned Death Stranding because I did see a tweet. I can't remember what he was shouting out exactly, Kojima. If it was like the anniversary of Death Stranding or whatever, but the
Probably bullshit, but still go on.
But the comments were so brutal. They were all just like, "Oh yeah, that game's coming out soon, eh?" It's like, does anyone really care about Death Stranding 2? I was like, ouch. Like, I'm pretty sure, like
It's true.
the first chunk, I didn't see one positive comment. I was like, ouch, poor guy.
But it did well though. It's not a flop or anything.
No.
It's just Twitter being Twitter.
Yeah, totally. But it's just
Or
like,
X being X.
I might actually do like Cult of the Lamb for October because I just
Yeah, I
bought
heard-
the Heretic edition.
I heard great things, yeah.
yeah, I would like to watch.
So
you
I've seen
play
a lot
that.
of other people play it now, so
Yeah, no, definitely, that'd be a great one.
So because I'm playing it on PlayStation and not on PC. Like I can't do all of the Twitch interactive, so I may just make a redeem like my friend Detective Heartache did, and like let people choose a follower.
Well, there you have it.
And do it
Lots
that way.
of great future projects and games.
Oh yeah, that one and the other one I'd like to see someone play,
Awaiting Space Marine 2 coming out this week.
which is not like Gears of War. Let's be clear about that.
Which is what?
Not like Gears of War. Let's be clear about that.
No. They both have power armors. Very different. And in terms of lore, you want Warhammer 40k, not Gears of War.
I see
Jimmy.
you have found your way under the desk, sir.
As you say, there, what I was interested to see someone play as Unicorn Overlord. I think Sheila shouted out today in the Discord. I was like, yeah, I never actually watched anyone play that, but I know that game got a lot of praise too.
So that's another one that a mutual streamer that Sheila and I hang out with, Detective Heartache, and I think Brawl Geyser have both played. So it was really interesting to watch.
Like, okay, guys, I really didn't watch anything. Is it like an RPG scenario? Like, is it like, does it have its own like element? Like,
It's
is it just so crazy that it's hard to
I
explain?
want to
Like,
say it's an RPG. I want to say it's like an RPG game,
okay,
but it's not like. I'm trying to think of something you could compare it to. Hold on, like I'm actually gonna look this up because I don't.
no, fair enough. Because yeah, everyone always praises it. I was like, okay, well, like, what is the game? Like,
I'm like I don't know the technical terms. It's a tactical RPG.
okay,
So
okay.
what it's similar to. I don't have Google. Why do you fail me?
No worries. Yeah, I was just
Miller
curious.
Games.
It's one of those games I come across yet on
so
stream.
It's very much what. So it compares it. So it says similar games would be like 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim, Odin Sphere. I don't know any of these games. Final Fantasy Tactics, Persona Reload, Octopath.
Wow. Okay, that gives me a little
So it
bit
is
better
like
of an idea.
that style of game.
Okay.
I usually, when I'm, like I said, the only person I've watched play it is Detective Heartache, and
Yeah.
I usually end up falling asleep because at least on Friday, like I get home at 7 o'clock in the morning and she's streaming at 9 o'clock a.m. my time, so I'm like, I'm going to bed, but I'm gonna leave this on while So I
Same
missed
here.
a lot of it, but I was like, this looks interesting.
I try to hop into their stream too every once in a while, but yeah, it's usually so early in the morning. I'm like, okay, well, I can put this on while I'm getting ready, and then I'll have to go. But yeah, we've already reached the 2-hour mark, so thank you guys for hopping in today. Thank you so much, Salariel, for joining us. I really appreciate it. It was nice having you on the podcast.
For
No,
sure.
no,
I'm
you're
glad I actually
welcome.
got to make it this time.
I was gonna say, yeah, know you're welcome anytime you want to hop in. It's always nice to catch up with you. And JW, thank you for taking this bold adventure with me. We now have our faces on the internets. Get ready for the clips. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I hope you guys...
Look at the view clips and see if there's a change in patterns.
I know. I'm really curious, to see if there'll be a change. Because I do agree with you. I have that bad habit too, where I'm on Twitch, and sometimes I'll be more inclined to click on someone that has a face cam than someone that doesn't. And like nothing at all logic wise, it's just, I don't know, my mind just goes to that. It's like, okay, this person looks interesting, so I'll watch them. So that might be the same effect. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But yeah, thank you guys so much for spending this time with me today. I appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
You
Bye.
too.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Okay, my phone's gonna do the thingy here. There we go. And this. Okay, see, I'm getting better. I'm getting better at ending at the 2-hour mark. But yeah, that's it. That's all. I guess here, if we're gonna go all out, we might as well just freaking go all out, eh? Let's. Oh wow, it's so bad on Restream. It looks so grainy and bubbly. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys for tuning in today. I truly appreciate it. Hopefully, yeah, you guys enjoyed this different style of doing the podcast. If you do like it, we will continue it. You know what I mean? I don't know. If nothing changes, then maybe not. We'll see how things go. I already kind of gave the recap, so I guess the only thing I can say is for this week, Wednesday will be another Skyrim stream that we'll be doing. I feel silly doing this because I realized I edited like 2 weeks later, so it's like you find out like kind of what I did do or what I didn't commit to. But it is what it is. Yeah, no worries, Salariel. Thank you so much. Like I said, I really appreciated having you on, getting to hear your excitement over certain games and stuff like that. I'll definitely make sure during those moments I post them all up for you so that everyone knows where to find you and what you were talking about, where those games are located. Get a little better at doing that now. But yeah, for the rest of you guys, I hope you guys have a beautiful night. I will hopefully see you on Wednesday for the stream. I also have Friday stream will probably be perfect dark, and then hopefully I could do a couple more reaction videos. Maybe I'll even do a face cam reaction. Maybe that'll be more funnier. Who knows? We'll see in 2 weeks from now. But yeah, hope you guys have yourself a beautiful night, and yeah, I'll catch you all next time. Nope, there it is.